Hi again, everybody. We are going back to our book, Anxiety Relief for Teens by Regina Galanti. And today we're going to be talking about another strategy to reinforce the connection between our minds and our bodies. So we went over sleep last time. Now we're going to focus on movement and how movement and mindfulness can impact the mind-body connection. So move your body. We've known for a while that moving your body is good for your physical health, and now more and more research shows a positive connection between movement and mental health. 30 minutes of exercise 5 days a week can actually reduce the feelings of depression. It can increase positive emotions and help you manage stress throughout the day. And exercise even helps you sleep better, like we talked about last time. So if you already do sports, dance, or go to the gym, that's great. But if not, here are some small ways to help build physical activity into your day. One of the key factors is to start small. 10 minutes is better than nothing, and all movement counts. So it builds upon each other. So a little bit here and there is going to add up to more. You might already be moving more than you think. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Get off the bus one stop early and walk home. Bonus points if you add your backpack and make sure that it has a little bit of weight to it. Another strategy is to find something active that you enjoy. This is really key. You don't want to do something that you hate. So if you hate running, don't force yourself to join the track team. That sounds miserable. Because you're just going to set yourself up for disappointment if you do that. Instead, think about ways to move that are more appealing to you. So it could be like playing a dancing video game after school. Everybody loves a little Just Dance, right? Or take a bike ride, walk your dog, go for a walk in the woods, like things that you would find, somewhat enjoyable. Those are the ones that you want to do. Find a friend. Exercising with a buddy is a good way to build accountability. In other words, like forcing yourself to actually do it. And it can also make it more enjoyable. So instead of walking by yourself, walk with a friend. Then you can, talk about stuff and enjoy one another's company. Another strategy that they recommend is to download an app. Who doesn't love a good app, right? So there's many great phone apps that will take the guesswork out of what to do and how. So for example, one called The Couch to 5K helps you get into a running routine. And the 7-minute workout app offers options for quick, high-intensity sweat sessions. That sounds interesting. So with exercise especially, small steps are better than nothing. And little steps can have a big impact. Think small and doable and build on those small steps when you're ready. All right, the next part of our reading today is all about mindfulness, something that some of you love to hate. And it is something that research, again, continues to show can be beneficial in so many areas of our lives. So this talks about staying in the present with mindfulness. Think about all the time you spend worrying about the future or the past. It's common to make contingency plans for possible future disasters or to replay things that went wrong over and over again in our minds, and we all do that. But isn't it incredibly draining? Mindfulness involves a completely different way of living and of thinking, right? It helps us ground in the present moment so that we don't get caught up in the negative cycle of worries or plans, past or future. Mindfulness means paying attention to your experience on a moment-to-moment basis. When you practice mindfulness, you can notice what's happening and accept it for what it is, rather than sort of obsessing over what you wish it could be. Often anxiety is all about being in your head, right? Getting stuck in our thoughts. If you're always judging your experience and thoughts, you're letting those reactive feelings control you. If you're anxious about what a friend thinks of you, you may focus on the details of your most recent interaction, something from the past, right? Or worry about what will happen the next time you see them, something about the future. By focusing your attention on whatever is happening right now, you can begin to let go of those other anxieties and learn to better manage your emotions as they arise. So note that this is different from just sort of relaxation techniques, okay? The goal of mindfulness is not necessarily to relax, it's to be in full awareness of what is happening right now. So whether that's your thoughts, your emotions, your sensations, the physical things that your body is feeling, your actions, or events going on around you. Sometimes mindfulness practices can help you relax, but sometimes it won't, and that's okay. Instead, mindfulness sort of helps you accept, notice, and tolerate your emotions and the situations that you find yourselves in. The research on mindfulness shows that it's linked to positive benefits in areas like improving your attention span, improving your mood, including decreased anxiety and depression in adults, regulating emotions, reacting less strongly and more flexibly to challenges, building happier relationships, showing more compassion towards other people, accepting more compassion from other people. Those are all really important things that benefit us immeasurably. So here's some of the basics. Mindfulness is awareness of the present moment without judgment. That's the most important part. It reduces suffering by taking you out of the worry and rumination, which is sort of like getting stuck on a thought, that sort of feed the anxiety cycle that we talked about before. Psychologists teach mindfulness practice through visualization, that's an important one, things that we can visualize or we can see, breathing, meditation, and other exercises. It's a skill that you build over time, like strengthening a muscle. Focusing on your attention fully in the present can be really hard because it means returning to what you're doing over and over again, even when you get distracted. And we all get distracted. You might worry that you aren't very good at it, and that thought is a distraction. It's normal to feel this way. So that's why the best way to develop mindfulness skills in everyday life is to practice just in short, brief little sessions. 1 minute a day consistently can be enough to start off. Learning and understanding how these skills work can be tough. I was working with a teen with migraines and anxiety and realized that mindfulness could be a really helpful tool for him. When I introduced mindfulness meditation, he dismissed it as dumb breathing and almost dropped out of therapy. A few months later, when we were reviewing his progress, I asked him what skill he found most helpful when he was in pain. And he sheepishly responded that the breathing made a huge difference. I didn't say, "I told you so," but I was totally thinking it. Mindfulness helped him accept the pain and recognize that he could handle it. By giving the headache some attention in a non-judgmental way, he was able to release tension and move past it. Mindfulness exercises in this book are designed to help you focus your attention on the here and now. So try them out. Use the ones that work for you. Your main job is to observe what you're doing without getting involved. So here's some basic rules that help you to do that. The first one, imagine yourself as a drone. So, as a drone, they fly above things and sort of observe objectively because they're robots and there's no emotion, right? So you can see everything that's going on, but you're detached because you're a machine. So try thinking of yourself as that drone, where you can see things and observe things and notice things, but you're not placing any judgment on them. Another way is to not focus on the outcome. So your only job in doing this is to observe what's going on in an objective way. But a lot of times we get stuck thinking of how we want things to end up, and we lose sight of and lose focus on what's actually happening in the moment. So while you're observing, just try to describe what you see or feel to yourself. So you're simply becoming a scientist, noticing things, what you observe, what you see, and what you feel. As you describe, remember to hold off on judgment. It's not about good or bad, right or wrong. It's just about taking it all in. You will get distracted because you're human and that's how our minds work. But when you do, just return your attention to whatever you were noticing in a gentle, non-judgmental way. If you can catch yourself judging or thinking things like, this isn't even helping, or I must be doing this wrong, just try to be kind to yourself and compassionate. It's okay if this all seems too like philosophical and kind of out there. But it's important to just keep on practicing. Okay? So, in your Google Classroom, there are a few exercises related to this reading that I want you to check out. One of them is on exercise, and one is the benefits of mindfulness, along with some of the strategies that they recommend using in order to make your mindfulness practice more helpful. All right, we'll see you for the next reading.